But the question today is simply whether we're going to grant a cost of living increase to the represented employees of SEIU Local 49 who work for us. Is that correct?
That is correct, along with some other measures too.
Okay, thank you.
I support PCC 399, the Portland Fair Wage Policy that Commissioner Fish alluded to in terms of the cost of living adjustment. From the presentation from staff, the amount of this request that is going to the COLA is $581,000, and the total amount of this request is about $2.9 million. So the remainder of that is going to expanded services. I'd like to read an excerpt from ACLU of Oregon keynote speakers Angela Davis' speech about G4S. G4S participates directly and blatantly in the maintenance and reproduction of oppressive apparatuses in Palestine, in prisons, checkpoints, the apartheid wall. G4S represents not only the privatization of security, but the privatization of imprisonment, the privatization of warfare, as well as the privatization of healthcare and education. G4S is the third largest private corporation in the world. G4S has insinuated itself into our lives under the guise of security and the security state, from the Palestinian experience of political incarceration and torture to racist technologies of separation and apartheid, from the wall in Israel to the wall and prison-like schools on the U.S. and Mexico border. G4S contracts with ICE, G4S contracts with the IDF, and G4S should not be contracting with the City of Portland.
This is the company that the City of Portland is paying millions of dollars. Again and again, we see you pay lip service to Portland being a sanctuary city, yet you continue to line the pockets of the companies who profit off the cruel policies that destroy lives and tear families apart. We understand that these security guards are represented by SEIU. Many of our members are union organizers themselves, and we support the Portland Fair Wage Policy. But rather than giving millions of dollars to a middleman war profiteer, why not employ these security guards directly while maintaining the union contract? The city has a duty to act in a socially responsible manner in who it employs. We've been told that this funding increase will go to benefit 35 employees. Unless each employee is getting an $85,000 raise, we seem to be missing some pieces here. Every single dollar that goes to G4S rather than these employees is a dollar funding human rights violations. Any increase in funds should go directly to the current employees rather than this corporation. We are also against expanding G4S services and strengthening the security state in Portland. And it seems that as though you could easily make an amendment just to put forward the COLA adjustment rather than expanding services.
From the recent decision about the use of or divestment, I guess, from corporate securities, one of the things that didn't come out of that discussion was a corporate social responsibility screen for investments. Likewise, I think it's a big missed opportunity for the city not to have a corporate social responsibility screen on procurement and in contracting and during the RFP process. So that is definitely something that I would like to see, because I think that one of the things that happens when bureaus are making requests for the services that they need to operate and to do the business of the City of Portland is that some of the values in the contractors that are chosen in the procurement process end up not aligning with our values as a city. And that's something that we could do better on in that RFP process.
Please take responsibility, and please do not continue to enrich this horrific corporation. Knowing that you're unlikely to terminate the contract now, we insist that the city commit to terminating the relationship with G4S when the contract is up in May 2019. Thank you.
Great. And by the way, you raised a really interesting point, was the question of insourcing. And I know I've had lots of conversations with SEIU, not specific to this, but over the years about opportunities to insource services that are currently privatized. So if you and SEIU and others want to work with the employees that are currently here on a proposal, I personally would find that very interesting. I'd look forward to that, in fact. And I also wrote down the socially responsible screen on procurement. I thought that was actually a really excellent idea, and it's already cogitating in my feeble brain.
So I think this hearing has been enormously helpful. I think the council has some decisions to make about how we do this procurement next year.
I cannot imagine continuing to do business with this company.
With that, call the roll, Carla.
Saltzman?
Aye.
Udaley?
Aye.
Fish?
I vote aye.
I vote aye. Thank you all for your testimony.
Moral compass, Ted. Moral compass. What does it mean?